The Enlightenment. During the late 17th and 18th centuries, people began thinking about the world in new ways. The philosophies of the Age of Reason saw science, liberty, and human endeavor begin to eclipse the previously unchallenged truths of Catholic Church and traditionalist systems of monarchy, paving the way for revolution. In the same century, philosophers Thomas Hobbes and John Locke viewed political life as the result of a social contract. Hobbes argued that people's natural state was to live in a bleak world in which life was nasty, brutish, and short. However, by agreeing to a social contract, they gave up some rights to a strong central government in return for law and order. Locke, on the other hand, argued that the social contract implied the right, even the responsibility, of citizens to revolt against unjust government. Locke thought that people had natural rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. Another of Locke's influential ideas is found in An Essay Concerning Human Understanding, published 1690, in which he proposed that a child was born with a mind like a blank slate, or tabula rasa, waiting to be filled with knowledge. In a world in which most people believed that an individual's intelligence, personality, and fate were heavily determined by their ancestry, Locke's emphasis on environment and education in shaping people was radical. JeanJacques Rousseau, 1712 to 1778. Geneva-born Rousseau's work, including a discourse on the origin of inequality and the social contract, would fan the flames of the French Revolution. Rene Descartes, 1596 to 1650. The French father of modern philosophy believed in mathematical rigor, scientific observation, and experiment as the way to knowledge, and coined the phrase, "I think, therefore I am." Voltaire is perhaps best known for his social satire, Candide, 1762. He was famous during his lifetime for his wit and for his advocacy of civil liberties. Exiled for 3 years due to conflict with a member of the French aristocracy, Voltaire lived in England long enough to develop an appreciation for its constitutional monarchy and a regard for civil rights. He brought these ideas back to France, where he campaigned for religious liberty and judicial reform. His correspondence with heads of state, such as Catherine the Great of Russia and Frederick the Great of Prussia, and his extensive writings, including articles in Diderot's Encyclopedia, are still quoted today. His idea of religious liberty influenced the U.S. Constitution. A contemporary of Voltaire was the writer Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who expanded on the idea of the social contract as it had been passed down through the work of Hobbes and Locke. One of Rousseau's early works was Émile, or On Education, 1762, in which he laid out his ideas on child rearing and education. A later work, The Social Contract, 1762, presented the concept of the general will of a population and the obligation of a sovereign to carry out that general will. An optimist who believed that society could improve, Rousseau inspired many revolutionaries of the late 18th century. Thomas Jefferson, 1743 to 1826. Jefferson believed government should protect individuals without taking away the citizens' liberty. He also strove for separation of religion and the state.